Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Bruce Schwartz. Just getting into the footage from last night, the full Beaver moon, November 23rd. Listen, it started off at -7 degrees Celsius in the evening, and then after about an hour and a half, with the wind chill factor, it was -13 and wind chill -18. So it was cold and there was no wind. And here's the thing, yesterday there was no humidity. So for the first time in cold weather, I was able to go outside without any frost developing. It did afterwards, after about 2 hours, or it started frost appearing on the telescope. So I brought it back in and went back out later on for another hour. But it gets intensely cold. And I want you guys to know it's not because it's cold that I'm not going to be able to get the surface. That's not true. I hate the full moon. Don't you? The full moon is so illuminated. So it doesn't show you as much details as when the terminator line is in front of the moon. It really is a drastic difference. All the elevated and descending levels that are on the surface of the moon are shown to us by that terminator line. What is the terminator line? It's the line that goes across the moon during the moon phase. You know, when we see the moon is like a banana, a crescent moon, and then it gets wider and wider. But that black line, the terminator line, is so curved, and then as it's progressing, it gets very straight, and at about half of the moon, you can see it straight. Whatever that line, why ever that line is causing us to see details on the surface of structuring and like it's magnified, that I don't know. But it is somehow creating a gap in the veil on the surface of the moon, permitting us to see surface. Green clearings on the moon, guys. It's a green surface. We don't know if it's vegetation or not, but we do know that the actual physical surface of the moon is green in most, many, if not most, of the areas, the clearings that we see on the moon. We're going to zoom into with this video. Again, 3 hours yesterday of footage, so I'll be looking for the footage, looking for UFOs. Those just arriving, thanks for subscribing. That's what I do. I go through the footage and I show it like this. This is raw with the exposure adjusted, of course, because I hate showing the gray moon. It's not gray. You know, it's too illuminated. It's so illuminated, that moon, that we have to descend the exposure. A little note, have you guys been following, you know, what NASA and everything is that's going on in space? We heard that they're supposed to form a space alliance or a galactic battle force. I'm sorry, I'm using big words, but it's basically what they're going to do. You know, Star Wars, right? Under our noses, but they're sort of telling us, but we're not seeing the outcome of all these secret projects and everything. And at times, very often, some astronomers, amateur astronomers like me and others, will get a glance at something that we capture that we do not know exactly what it is, but it's still proving to us that there is something out there going on, whether it be human related or alien related, or of course both, which is just intriguing me. You know, who's up there on the moon? Is it just us, a breakaway civilization, or is it humans that were born there and we're humans born here? And on every planet, we're all humans with, you know, adapting to the temperature and climates of the planets, causing us to have either more hair or be darker or lighter or have different eyes, right? It's that simple. I see the creation that simple. Okay, it's a beautiful thing, but everyone is trying to understand what's going on up there on the moon. In reality, why understand it? Just enjoy what you're seeing, even though we don't understand what's being caught most of the time in space. It really doesn't matter. Just analyzing it. I'm sure, you know, rational reasoning, common sense is going to get us exactly where we want to be. And we want to be in the now, right? We want to know what's going on up there, and we're going to see things happening. Tourism, they're talking about bringing people up to the moon. They just did the first tests recently for one of the tour buses. Could I call it a tour bus? Or more tour rocket? Seriously, how close do you guys think we're going to be able to go to the moon if ever anyone gets in one of those things and lives? We're not going to be very close to the moon. So long me. I just think that they're going to bring us, the higher atmosphere of Earth. We're not going to go to the thermosphere. That's for sure. I mean, how can we get through it? You're going to tell me that a rocket company was able to create a rocket to get through the thermosphere, the Allen belts, and to get to the moon and back, and all while holding a communications. There's much controversy out there on whether the astronauts went or not. And I'm not here to say that they did or not, but I am here to show what's on the surface. And we're seeing a very, very different surface than what we were told was on the surface. Copernicus and X-ray. Do you see how it doesn't look like ejecta so much once you start really zooming in and clarifying it and clearing things up? These, objects on the surface look constructed. And of course, some look constructed that are not symmetrical. It's the ideal here is that there are things constructed on the moon. It's not just to assume, that everything is space related. Someone said that in the comment section the other day. Everyone assumes automatically. You see something, it's a space or craft or UFO. No, he's absolutely right. They could be natural satellites. Many of the things we're catching could be natural. But here's the thing. There are 3 or 4 satellites supposedly roaming around the moon. And I'm catching 3 or 4 satellites like by the minute just roaming around on the surface of the moon. So it has to be something other than, of course, satellites. And then we zoom into the moon and we see that the moon is so colorful. And we say, well, what is he doing? Why is there color? Is he saturating the photo? And no, I'm not. But hang on. Even if I was saturating the photo, what would be wrong with that? I'm just thinking of that right now. It's like, who cares, right? You saturate a photo. If there's color there, it'll come out. But this is not saturated. Try it yourselves. You just descend the exposure in any simple editing video editor, and you will see all these beautiful colors come out, which is known to the world because this was all told before. It's just that many of you skepticals have maybe not researched enough into the colors on the surface of the moon because they very well are there. The mares, why did they call them mares? La mare. That was way back, right? Because they thought they were rivers and lakes. So obviously, it doesn't mean it is, but it gives us, it makes me want to find out if it is or not. And it doesn't matter if there's life or water up there. All I know is that someone's there anyways. So no matter what's going on there, no matter who's there, there is someone there. And we were told that there was nobody there. So right there, there's the lie. There is a definite lie. We're seeing activity on the surface. I've even found what looks like almost like clouds. You guys just arriving, thanks so much for joining the community. And please look back in the videos that I just did. I mean, I've only been here for 2 years. Well, it's my 3rd year now, but 2 years completed. And in 2 years, there are just over 1,000 videos that I was able to capture in space of anomalies and, asteroids, meteors. I did a lot of star searching also last year. I do some this year, but I am concentrated on the moon. Guys, there's someone up there. We have to clarify all of this. And I want to keep this channel free for everyone to come and see what I can get with a 14-inch telescope. I don't even stop for Christmas. I'm 24/7 here because this is my passion. I love the moon.